Yeah, looking like a fast A play here for Mousesports. Carrigan and Frozen going to open up, but this is a little bit of to this site in a retake, but with Chris J and Frozen holding down the fort, it's very tricky to come in for Mousesports, and this little wall that they've thrown, they're going to try and cross behind it, but in response to this, Big will be pressuring the lobby. You see Frozen making noise down towards B, but he doesn't have that bomb. That's on the back of Walkstick. And Carrigan actually holding for the peak for players on rotation, keep the attention of them fixated on this A site. And actually, the bombs come up. They've changed their mind. And that's because Frozen's got into the vents. But this hasn't left you with a lot of time if you're Mousesports. And they've gone back into this double stack. Now, Carrigan will get the bomb planted. But a 1v2 and a player already wrapping close. This is going to be very hard for Carrigan.
They're looking for A.
But Tizian up on the rafters now. All this entire A-side defense falls onto his shoulders, and he's dropped down into the A-side. And my word, does Tizian step up. He'll put down 3, and he makes this round more than doable now for Big. This was a 5-on-3 for Mousesports, suddenly turned in favor of Big, and Tizian just keeps on going. Now, Rops, he's gotten a little cute back here in lobby. He waited, he played...
No ace, though, so... Did it even matter, Harry? Does it even really count?
I mean, yeah, jokes on...
Rather, Frozen coming in first. Keto's hiding. Jump spot on the site will draw them in. Keto will shut him down. There's the first. Oh dear, player on the site's gone. Keto's got to stall it out with the smoke. He can't get mollied at least, but Xantares will clean up the round. Coming in from heaven.
Keto has just checked it. Didn't see anyone. Obviously, Carrigan concealed by the smoke. He gets very deep and cuts down the first man. This A-site play looks odd for Mousesports as they try and pick up the pace. The rest of the gang get out through Hut. Big, they've pretty much backed up into the heavens, and they've left one man in the site. Actually, Tizian hops on down and gets in on the action. Now they might discount Tabson here, but he's only able to put up 1. Searson with the AWP rotating in from ramp.
Fast play again for Mouse. Rops is actually out the door. He's inside of the smoke and he's going to get popped out. Great shot from Rops. He doubles it as well. The A site is cleaned up by Rops. And that's going to be the round. Already done, dusted, locked up on A, including Keto. A double heaven setup, 2 dropping into sight.
He's ready to pincer in from CT. He's having a bit of an identity crisis as Woxic. He's actually in the land of the enemy right now.
He's learning German, Harry.
Look at this. There we go. Just Xantares. Also, we got Xantares versus Woxic. That's the cool little...
There is going to be that cross towards right side garage from Tabson, but Mousesports are ready for it. Last time they're ready for it again. Flash out doesn't work. Woxic gets it, and it's a quick A play again for Mousesports. No one here to stop them. Big only have 1 man on the site. Keto's got to find some kills here. He's got to find some effect. Rops has already dropped his teammate in the outside area, and now Chris is gone. As Chris is going to drop Keto as well. Xantares is already looking to save, and well, his exit's been cut off. Luckily, he'll cut them down, but he won't get Woxic.
You know, leaping forward as a volunteer to be the first man to go around this corner. Finally, Chris J nominates himself. Fine, guys, I'll do it if no one else wants to. And now Frozen's like, all right, well, it hasn't worked for anyone else, but maybe for me, like, you know, I got this. And he sprays through the smoke. Frozen shows him how it's done. Good. Good man, Frozen. He's doubled up at ramp. Pretty common spot to see this kind of aggression come through. And you can see that both players are grouped up in the hut. It looked like that was an idea for a moment, but now that this play's come in, they've had to try and hold the line. And Keto is a good distraction. He's forced this bomb to go down the vents, but as it's getting planted, Tabson is here. If he gets this kill, the round could have been over.
Main, instead, Mousesports have to look elsewhere, but elsewhere is open for business. Outside is completely unwatched, and Mousesports are going to flank. Although they are losing the lobby, Robs is going to have to hold on to things, but that's a missed shot. Oh dear, he's being flanked from ramp as well. He reads it. He reads the situation, but he needs the shot. Missed it. 2 more coming his way, and Tizian's got the drop.
Frozen in a 1v4, and he has nailed the first man in a 1v3, crossing down towards outside, and he gets peeked, but he's dealt with them both. And now Frozen getting this back into a doable situation for Mousesports, for this man. Frozen nails it, 4 kills, and the round for Mouse. You know, it was looking like a really good start for Big, but Mousesports, a couple of key players showing up, and he's armed, he's locked and loaded with this MP9. He's ready to get stuck into the action, and, well, the action gets stuck into him first, doesn't it? Chris J deals with him on the entry, but there's the refrag from Keto, and Tabson lurking in the back line, leaves it all on Woxic, but he does step up only briefly before Tabson shuts. Frozen over here in main, and he's about to get tested in a very big way. Frozen First kill does provide itself, but the trade is immediate, and it is instantaneously down into this 3-on-3. Zantares
doing it well behind the vent, not giving a kill away here to Mousesports, just playing that timer, playing the bomb. Karrigan's dead. There's the kit drop. Rops has come upper, and he has got that kill, but they need to get Keto off the site, and Rops certainly will. Takes enough shots, but
weaponry here on the back of Keto. He's got armor with it. And these Deagles have already worked magic, and they're going to continue doing that. Look at Tabson's Deag. Oh, he's onto a double, and he's looking for a third. Frozen, the last man remaining. The last hope for Maus up against the onslaught of pistols, and the kills just aren't presenting themselves. Tabson, come on, man, finish it off with a triple, make it look pretty, and actually
million round. They're just going to execute into the A bomb site. No one here to stop them right now. Tizian's cleared it out. Mousesports, oh dear, USP's run through the smoke, and to no avail. Couple of kills come through, but instant trades, and Tizian's not done with 2. He's got 3, maybe a 4th. Ooh, low ammo, but it's not a worry. Tizian gets it, and Rops, he's going to come in from above. He could still win this round. There's a Zeus. Rops can kill the player on the site. He's only got a kill, backing up, and Zantares
mode down, but before he went, he did do a lot of damage.
What?
Well, all right, Spearston. Yep, sure, that's fine. That's all okay. He does get traded, and Karrigan through the smoke gets a bit more damage. 45 seconds on the clock, and a B play about to come through from Big. Robs, I don't think you're going to like what's on the other side of the door. It swings open, and he's not able to hold the line. Karrigan and Chris J left in this 2v4.
NT for Rops there, right? That Deagle does chunk at close range, but or loose the Deagles rather, with no Kev. And Big have not lost a round since that point. This might be their first, though, because...
And for what feels like the first time in an eternity, Mousesports, they haven't just taken a bad advantage, they've actually been able to hold on to it. Woxic now stepping up to the mark. A lot of damage done, but Rops here in this little close corner at the left. He never even gets spotted, never even plays into the round.
Been spotted. Karrigan throws a nade out, but he has no idea. Tabson's already here. Oh, it's a mess. But Tabson gets out best. Big. A man down, but with the B site under control, they can still win this round. Tizian is on a crucial lurk in the lobby. Any kills he finds on those upper rotations is going to provide a lot for Big, but he gets advantage. You don't want to mess this one up.
Ooh, Tabson's got a lot on his plate. Oh my word, he's dealt with them both. Now a 2-on-2, now a real chance. And yes, Tabson dealt with. Robs doubling down.
Ooh, a bit of wallbang damage. Nothing too significant. Rops is going to push through a smoke, and Mousesports, where's his confidence come from? They've just taken the lobby. Big are trying to regain control, and they have done at least so in the short term. Keto with a double finds Rops as well. Great transfer, leaves Karrigan re-pushing in through the door. He'll get denied as well. Keto on a 3. Big, they might just be pushing this over the line. These last couple of rounds have somehow come out of nowhere.
Control room, and so Zantares going to be pretty hard-pressed to find much here, but both these players are low off the bomb, and oh no, Zantares! Such a nuisance around these smokes. But while all this has been going on, they do try and get across outside. Now, 2 of the 3 players that attempt the journey. Now, Tabson, he did survive the journey down to B, and alongside him was Keto. Now, the rest of the squad have not flashes on Keto. He's going to flash Tabson in for the ramp peak. First flash goes in, Tabson takes the angle. Now, Keto can re-flash for this peak again, and they weren't ready for it the second time around. He gets away with damage, but that is all. Keto now is to step up in the clutch. This was a 1v4 when he began. He's found the first man. They're on the bomb.
Stuck it.
Karrigan is sticking it. Keto needs to get him off this bomb now or never. And the answer... Keto intentionally makes noise there, and he's trying to bait Frozen in for this peak, and Frozen does give it over, but it really doesn't go the way that Keto would have liked. Zantares has opened up B, and Rops still a nuisance. They haven't been able to deal with him just yet. There are nades, there are mollies still in play, and one by one, everyone else has fallen, so it's Rops, the man who was caged earlier on.
Now things are really heating up for Big, and it's not just the Molotov. Karrigan's going to push. Oh, he's dead immediately. Tizian with a big kill inside of the lobby, and Big, they're not even there. They're not even waiting. It's just Tizian on his own. He's got another wave coming at him. Chris will succeed. Commit to the secret play into Rops.
Oh, and can he hold the line? That's one. That's all Rops needs to offer and try and go up the vents, but this is going to leave them in the heavily stacked upper sights. Zantares gets caught. Searson, is he going to try go up the ladder as well? I don't know about this one. Let's see if he fares any better. Oh dear, that's not what you wanted. Oh dear. Second time around, he gives it a go.
Silent, 2 kills in the second half. 6 in the first. It's not what you need. Rops has pushed ramp and he's got a kill for it. Will be traded quickly. Fake him out with some utility. Come from the other side. Chris is actually rotating as well. We've never had a double rotate from Mousesports, but they've read the situation well and they'll deal with it also. 2 kills, make it a bomb drop. Chris J not stopping. Xantares trades for a double, but now he's stuck in a 1-on-2.
Frozen is edging ever so closer to this ramp peak. The molly's already gone out, but Frozen is past it, and Xantares was not aware of that. Come on, Carrigan. There's so many bodies on the other side of this door, and, well, not anymore. He's cut them in 2. Bobby, they try and wrap around behind, and it's a little bit awkward.
No.
The knife goes in, and Woxic on spot now gets that bomb planted. A 1v3 to find. This is a huge ask, but Xantares has dropped the first man. Looking for the follow-up. Has spotted Rops with this. Doesn't want to overextend here, but thankfully that nade for Mouse. But in overtime, they've been great at dealing with it. It's another one of these weird vent rounds. Oh, geez, it's Xantares getting dropped from it this time around. Now Searson's going to try and set up to deal with the vent players. There's one. Give us another, Searson. Come on, I was bigging you up all day long, man. And I was saying, like, you're the guy to keep an eye on. Prove us right. No, he goes walking into the vent. Oh, dear. Tizian now asked to step up in this clutch. The bomb is ticking away, and there's not a lot of time left on it. That volley is going to spread and maybe deny the defuse. That's bought Tizian crucial amounts of time. Someone's got to get on this bomb, and they've got to do it quick. Tizian trying to deny it and want to play in through the smoke. It's all chaotic. It's all gone wrong. And Tizian cements it.
I mean, for either side, really. Ito's in the heart. Chris reads it. Great shot from Chris. Now A might be an option here for Mousesports with that pick going their way. Biga desperately trying to rotate into the site, but the flashes are good, and Chris says goodnight with a double. Tabson trades. The ramp push gets denied. Searson on the site. He's low, and on the AWP, this could be a big round for him if he can find the shots. Mousesports are close in the hut. Tabson's dropped another. Searson's here. They might not expect it. The barrel could give away his position. Woxic's looking, and he'll get the kill coming down off the ladder. Tabson flanked from heaven, and Carrigan closes the round. It's a
I mean, it looked unintentional, but I think he's baited them into thinking that he's getting up into heaven, and that's not the case. Carrigan finds a bit of a gap at ramp, and now they're going to hit this lower site, but 2 players here already for the big squad, and Searson laying waste on the first peak, tags down Carrigan. Tabson is still a question mark. They still don't know he's here, and he could completely annihilate this B play. He spots them. He's waited as long as... You didn't kill him, Tabson! You got to do 100 damage, not however much you just did, and oh dear, the nade will follow up, but it's still a 2-on-3. It's still doable for Mousesports. This bomb has been denied. It's out in the open. Woxic got off of it, didn't stick the plant, but it's still been made achievable here by Frozen. Tries to extend the lead even further, but now a double OT feels inevitable. Carrigan, no time for the bomb plant, and this one's getting run back again as Big.
What Mousesports decide?
Searson's orb ringing out from Ramprum.
Look at main.
Yeah, but that's the lobby aggression, right? And this is something that maybe they're not ready for, at least not with a double hut set up. That's a nice spray from Woxic to keep Tizian at arm's length, but maybe not. Tizian's going to go back in. Searson, unsurprisingly, burns down a 4 HP and a Molotov. The Mothman lives again, and now Tizian 1v2 here, looking to clutch this round out, and it might be doable. Shining light wasn't the molly that Searson perished in. Maybe it's Tizian in this clutch. And now just Woxic left to find, but not able to. It's been on the back of like a double hut setup, right? You kind of catch Mousesports not aware. In this round, the aggression's coming from elsewhere. Xantares trying to pressure ramp, and it's a double push at this side. Tabson, he's gone unaccounted for as a result. And in the meantime, his teammates have won enough fights. Oh, that's the bomb! Oh dear, they've given it to Tabson, but luckily enough, Carrigan.
He could definitely do so much more. Like, if he joined a top EU team, he could definitely win trophies, championships. The timing to cross, so Woxic has to be aware of that and has to calm that to his teammate down B. Meanwhile, it's an A play. It's 2 on the top side. Rops gets 1. Carrigan, same story, but is that enough? It's left Tizian
here, but how he could turn this into his favor is if he catches Chris J up through the vents. And what's he done? He's caught Chris J up through the vents. Who knew it? Woxic now down to the 1v1, and Woxic's been good in these clutches. He's looking for the fight. He's trying to deny Tizian playing for this bomb, but with no kill gifted over, and Tizian baiting the first shot out. Woxic is sticking it. Woxic's on the defuse, and Tizian, he runs out of ammo. Dearie me! That extra 1 bullet would have made all the difference with taking it. So Frozen tagged down low in this round.
Nice.
But it's gonna be what? Tabson has got no way to get out from Garage. He's got to brawl. He's got to win these fights, and he's not able to do that. So a 3-on-5 for Big. clutching at straws as they try and keep Nuke alive, and one by one they are falling. Xantares and Searson, the only two players left, the only hope for Big to keep this map going.
Oh, and they're going to get mowed right now. Mousesports, they do it. It takes them a minute. It takes them a couple of hours.
No more pesky nades to rain on in. Xantares is going to get it planted, and through the smoke, Searson deletes Carrigan. This wraparound gets dealt with as well by Keto. Would be impressive. Gonna stick it. Still on the defuse, and a couple of taps later, Tizian with the knife out tries to deny it. But yeah, 3 shots, that's all it takes from Mouse.
Problem anymore for Mousesports, who are advantaged in this round, but a fast play for Big. They're trying to beat Mousesports to the site. Tabson gets up mid and kills Woxic, but is traded through the smoke. Still engagements with the AKs. Big have 3 of them up, but Tizian is taking them down in middle. 2 kills from him. Chris coming through the smoke as well. Tizian doesn't see the timing. He looks away, and Chris...
And a little bit deeper than Mouse might be ready for. They're not even considering it. So Xantares has allowed that kill onto Chris J into the site. That's a bit of a heartbreak moment for Frozen. That was his chance to isolate a gunfight, but he gets given it a second time around. However, the trade is fast.
Did out the hard way. Frozen pushing up on short side. There are players here. The Mac 10 of Keto, and it makes quick work of Frozen. No head armor, no problem. Big entries from this T side.
Got that 2-stage loss bonus, so everyone's going to go around to the 2,000. This always gets to you,
It
Hugo.
does. It really does.
It gets under your skin, doesn't it? Oh, well, you know, here's an alternative. What if you never need the man advantage when it happens? With how this round has started, it's looking good for that. Searson gets naded out of the equation, a 5-on-3, and now a follow-up kill from Carrigan. He's really holding down this A site like a bit of a madman. He's going to follow up. That's the bomb dropped. And all right, Mouse, look, we can have odds. It gives you the option to make the decision to back out.
Before Mousesports reset it in the previous, and now they look to do the same. Carrigan on the site. He is stuck, and he's not going to get out alive. Tabson gets that kill. Luckily, a couple of responsive trades, and Frozen with the AK. And, well, System's trying to clear that one out, but if Tizian dies, then Mousesports are going to be able to quickly rotate in, and there it goes. Tizian is gone. System gets to B, but by this point, that player who's fighting Tizian in mid is time lucky.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Oh, no!
Well, hands out for Big. They're going to go walking into this B bomb site. And unsurprisingly, it's not really gone their way. Searson left up in the 1v5.
Run! Floor. Fortunately, not the safest way, but that's a nice escape from to take control of the site. Mousesports on a full rotate. Rops is coming very, very late off of that B-bomb site. Carrigan's dropped the bomb in the smoke, and he's not done at that either. Frozen and Carrigan combine for another smoke shot, and Big, one by one, get blown out of this round. No kills on the A site. Big. Oh, they throw the smoke down. They go fast. Woxic hits the first, but do they realize a man's made it across through the smoke? Woxic going to go for a shot. Rops dropped, though. Tabson is quick, and now Woxic needs to leave the A site because B has been rustled by Big, who is still looking to take control. They have players towards the bottom side of it coming up. Frozen, overwhelmed in middle. Tabson hasn't moved from his construction position, and Carrigan won't let him move. He's now made that corpse for the cross, and with this bomb taking so long, Big have gone silent.
Oh, Woxic here. Delivering another, that bomb yet to cross into the site, and now it's the only man left standing, Searson. Mouse don't go peeking right away. Now they learn it's not a fake, and so they know that Searson is stuck here. A nice flick, but the follow-up is in, and it's the wraparound from Chris J.
This is going to be a very hard round to win. It's going to rely on the AWP looking for picks. Searson, he spots one on the boost. Good shot from Searson. Frozen's gone. The molly not even needed. And now Big can continue to move into this site. Carrigan is on an island. He has to get out of there. The smoke will provide some cover, but not for long. Woxic dropped by another shot from the AWP. And one by one, this A site is falling for Mousesports. Finally, Carrigan gets a response. He does drop that AWP, but there's still a man down.
Carrigan decides to stick around inside of the site. He was going to back off, but now trying to re-aggress. And Tares catches him through the... You might just have to make that call to save. And with half the time ticked off for this bomb, Tabson finding Rops, Chris J probably just going to think about holding on to the AK. He's actually ducking back in, trying to take some weapons away, and he'll come to regret that decision.
Molly middle, he's trying to take control. Mousesports have a 3-man setup here. We've not seen this before. They're going to peek the AWP, and because of how the Molotov blooms, the players close to it can see more through it, and so that actually favors them over the AWP assist, and he gets overwhelmed. There is a trade. Tabson moves in late from the ladder, and Big, they're going to bring the pain.
Oh, he sees the backpack, and now peeking a little bit wider, catches Tabson leaving it on Keto. Rob still floating around here, and now tucking himself in over at the back left of the site. Swinging wide, and Keto's gotten close as a result. Now, even spotting Woxic on the entry in through mid. Keto going to start to plug in these numbers. Molly's really going to complicate matters for him, and there's the follow-up almost immediately. Play.
Yeah, another aggressive mid-take. There's no orb here this time. There is a double setup again. Big, as unready for it as they were last time. Woxic and Chris get... No one's going to push a Molotov, but that's exactly what Mousesports are going to do. Karrigan's out in the sight. Stilson tries to take a fight with the orb, and Xantares didn't realize Karrigan had re-pushed short. That's a good as soon as he gets into this site.
Well, there you go, Hugo. You kind of spoiled that one. Injuries thus far here on Vertigo. Let's see if we get any more. Mousesports now moving into the T half, and it's a nice couple of taps from Xantares and Seyerson over here in mid to put up the openers for big on this CT half. Now, yeah. Karrigan is trying to get stuck in with his Glock, and he's going to come to regret that decision. Now, Frozen, 2 kills to his name, 15 points of health, and he has to ace if he wants to win this in a 1v3. I haven't painted the greatest of pictures, but they don't know it. They're walking into this 3-man stack on the back of the information that Tabson is getting for the squad. Keto hidden close with this MP9, and he might just go unchecked. They're so focused on dealing with these players in the site, they don't check their corners. And this has left Big in quite the advantage. Tizian is still just a nuisance. Oh my goodness, I would hate this man. And finally, there's some kind of death over at B, but it is a bad one for Mousesports. They lose everyone on that push.
Side of A.
Oh. All right, Frozen and his Tech 9, they've opened up the A site, and they've allowed for a bomb plant to come in. And it will just about. Frozen's actually still alive, and as I say that, now he is no longer. This gets mobbed given over. And so an early rotation arriving from Tizian. Keto not able to hold the line and bested straight away by Karrigan on the entry. Now Tizian desperately doing what he can. The smokes will fall, and through the wall, it's Rox to do it all. Bomb plant now found, and in comes Mr. Seyerson with this AWP in the post plant. This was looking so good for Mousesports, and it could get stripped away from them if these two don't answer the call. And Tabson,
both jump here. You got to, both jump.
There we go. Frozen. Come on,
yeah.
Time to shine. First man removed, and then looking for the follow-up. Doesn't get presented. Doesn't want to hang around. If it wants, and you only need it to get you 1 kill, and it's worth its weight. Now Seyerson, he spotted the elbow. Karrigan showing Seyerson a little too much flesh on that push. Not able to follow up onto Rops. Now, the bomb's going to go down at A with just enough time left. Rops is still laying down the pain inside of the site. Over here on this fake at B. And Tizian, I mean, he knows now he can't win the round. He's still looking for this kill onto Rob.
If Mousesports wait, they wait, and with 5 seconds left, they plant the bomb on A. Big and no way.
Seyerson with a nice little angle here up onto the boost. Fan of this. This is nice. Let's see what he can do from it. Drops the first man in, but Karrigan did still put up a kill before his untimely demise. However, Seyerson still floating around, and now with backup over here in CT. Rops has got to do a lot if he wants to turn this round in favor of Mouse. He's not able to do so, but trying to navigate this 1v2.
Yeah, our PGM's just died, Harry. I do respect you really coming in right now, as Keto's so flashed, so burnt, he can't find a place to stay, he can't find a sanctuary. It's up to Tabson with a spray, 2 kills from him. Keto finally able to see, given the gift of vision, and he will take it away from Mousesports to double for him before Rops eventually trades, but it comes at a cost.
Further, they know he's still at B, they know he's at Jen's, and then he's got this bomb. Xantares with a replicatable, I guess you'd say. I can't think of the word. And yeah, it just kind of falls back into trying to take ramp. They get up towards A. Seyerson picks them off at short side. And so then they go back to the drawing board. They try and get map control elsewhere. They think that maybe mid has some answers, and perhaps it will. Karrigan and Rops, they've stepped up and they've made this round doable.
Oh, Keto, he was focused on middle, but he gets flanked from B, a fast approach to Mousesports, and it is exactly what they needed. The answers are there.
14-14, or is it going to be the incumbent forces of Mousesports finally edging it over the line? Tabson delivering another kill has kept this in the advantage of Big. You can tell how much they want this round. They're on the defuse, and the peaks just aren't coming in for Mousesports. Wow. Big, they get it on the board, and try as Rops might, he almost gets all the kills from coming fast in rotation in the form of Tizian. But that first kill will go their way, courtesy of Karrigan.
The A site take now on. Plant is wide as well, but they're going to spam it. They're going to look to get rid of it, and they do again. Mousesports, the same problems that have been arising are exactly what they go back to. They try and set up for the late round, for the lurk of Rops, but it might not come into play. Woxix dropped the kill here on time, but he also can't give away the footsteps. It's a real conundrum for Rops. Mousesports trying to stall, trying to stay alive, but Woxix been deleted, and the tap on the bomb, it's not a stick, but they don't know that, and they're going out wide. Rops 1-on-3 again. Wrong position for the bomb, but what else can Mousesports do about it? It's big, taking it over the line. 16-14.
Oh, Rops. Yeah, that's probably a little bit more than he bargained for there on the repeak. Woxix will come in and alleviate some of this pressure out from CT. And he's looking to turn even more heads, but he ends up getting his taken off. This is still a doable round for Big. tabseN doubling up, and now these three players are all the walking wounded. tabseN left in the clutch, but he's got to land one bullet per player to pick this round up. Frozen and Rops getting into the site. The kit's dropped in CT, and oh dear, Frozen went for the kit. Rops was in the site alone, and the timing couldn't have been worse on that drop. Now sticking it, and a bit of damage done from tabseN. He finishes off the over. As now the long control attempted, and seyirler's scout is something that's only whispered about in the scene. You can't really talk about it up front because he's pretty nasty with this weapon. He has gone ahead and secured control of long. Now Big getting into the site. They throw this molly. This is going to send Chris-J and Rops packing. At this point, I think if you're Mouse, you're definitely looking to save. Maybe with that kill there onto seyirler, you're a little bit more tempted. It's not something they're going to commit to. And we had some wordsmiths out there.
The site. So Rops is giving a fight, and well, it's already been won. Or actually, sorry, it's tabseN. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Rops is still here. He's actually killed 2 with the scout. How on earth does he do it? Blinded, but still brutal. Looking for a third as well. They're going to keep giving him fights here inside of a beat. Flash is good though this time. The molly doesn't work, but the flashbang at least cuts him off, and he has nowhere to go. Tizzy gets the kill, and Big get the site. And even though Rops puts up an incredible defense on this B bomb site as a lone anchor, this could still be Big's round. But oh, Mousesports flashing through the smoke.
I think from it. Now crossing into the site, it's Tizian. Someone needs to watch him though, and Frozen hopping in through the window. He's going to deal with both players there.
Not going to react, and so as a surprise to see tabseN just commit with the plant, it will cost him his life. But Chris gone from this round. It's already started and already ended, at least for him. Xantares has dropped Karrigan into long, and it's a fast play for Xantares with great results. 2 kills over this AK, him or Bale. But unfortunately for him, Big don't want the B side. They changed their mind, and that's because Xantares has walked up long and cleared A. He's even killed Woxix in spawn with the AWP. Doesn't get away with that one. Rops alone on B, and they know it, right? This is the position he plays every single round, so Big are just going to surround him, and they're not planting either. They're just going for the fight. Rops does get a kill, but that's the alarm bell ringing now, and Big, they'll focus on the plant. They'll also focus on keeping Rops trapped.
Yeah, and he really is stuck here, out on a limb at B. He's looking for this one tunnels fight, and it's just, Xantares is such a nuisance there. For sure. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, man, this is a nice little confidence boost for Mousesports, a team that have looked like they've been struggling as of late. Well, it wasn't a confidence boost, it's gone the distance, and this third map is looking more and more dominant by the round. So, yeah, it's not going to be like the morale booster I hoped it would. If anything, this is going to...
This is in this tournament, right? Because for Mousesports, they've already opened up with a loss yesterday to Complexity, and a 2-0 at that. So, yeah, this is not the Mousesports that rivaled everyone in 2019 and even started off 2020 in the same fashion. Right now, they're down 6-1 with just a save, and this Karrigan gets an AK. Woxix has his AWP, but it's a small constellation. It's a grim constellation here for Mousesports. It's double long setup. This could be a change. It could give something good to Mousesports. The flash through the smoke does not work. Karrigan is ahead of it with a double kill, mowing them down. Even when they get the trade, they are not going to be ready for Frozen. Big can completely discount this position. You can already see no one's looking at it. Frozen doesn't need to move. He can just wait here and give info to his team. Wait here. Oh, he's been spotted. Frozen has to take the kill, but he can't get it in time. How? How?
Gonna try and flash Woxix in for a peek, but he can't get out. Woxix, he's stuck. He's facing jail time, and when you step into the big house, you get shut down. Now a 2-on-2, and tabseN in with 4, on for the ace. Chris-J, 1v2, what can he do here?
creeping on up through CT, AWP in hand, and they're up on top of the boxes above him. Zantares will steal the ace away, but around
The right read, and here come the cavalry.
Tizian has removed Rops in the meantime, and these players getting out through Cat, starting now to close the distance into this A side of the map. Trapped at ramp is Carrigan, and he is so low on HP. Searson will finally do the damage. There is a USP kill onto Tizian, and wrapping around from behind, Woxic could get another.
Ooh.
2 USP kills in this round, and he's given Mousesports a fighting chance. Now it's still a 2-on-2, and there is still the terrible Tabson up on this T side inside of this site. He's going to stick around while Keto falls off over towards Long. Frozen dropping into CT, but Tabson is more than aware and hit
Through the smoke, and actually does escape. There's a world where Woxic can find another fight. Goes back and does get it. That's a great shot for Woxic, because even though Tabson still stands, it's on 2 health. You'd like to think that he would be an easy kill, but maybe I'm speaking too soon. No, I'm not. Frozen does find him from Cat.
and he hasn't checked close at CT. There's so many players here, and Searson surely not ready for it. He actually does deal with Carrigan. Zantares left up in the 1v2, and he only knows where one of these players are. He's going to try and survive the drop into CT. Now, this has to be mental. This has to be unreal. Zantares hopping down, and they're both there.
Yeah.
1 kill, but not the double.
And Carrigan now needs to be very ready for this close fight. Can't just be holding the jump up. It's a double peak, but he finds one and almost sprays the second. Zantares with a trade keeps this round alive, and he hits the A site as the molly fades, trapping Woxic in between these 2 players, and a missed shot from Woxic. He is running out of opportunities. Zantares is bailed. Meanwhile, he hasn't committed to taking A, despite there being no one here to stop him. Rops is in spawn, and the bomb has been picked back up. They can go B if they want.
Woxic running backwards there, maybe trying to play anti-flash, or maybe trying to assign some meaning to a kill that doesn't need it. And well, Woxic giving that one up is now left Rops all alone. He's not able to do anything.
Going to go for these long cross smokes potentially. Actually, Big might just want to take it dry. They're already this far deep. Smoke does land. Searson with a shot. Oh, Keto's cleared up one as well, as Searson through the smoke finding more and more bodies. Woxic about to hit the floor as well. And there it is. Even if that wasn't
To get into position and help him out, then you're set up for a 4-on-5 retake again. Woxic has got to make a stand. He burns to death. He perishes in that Molotov. And Keto, we were saying about those long players having to play retake through, and they do find Searson, but half the time, more than half the time, picked off this bomb. They've got to pick up the pace, and instead, the response is in from Tizian and Keto.
They've even got a kit for the retake if it gets that far. That's still a question in and of itself, because Mouse have yet to get onto the site. They've got a kill on Tabson though, and Big start to back up as they look to play a retake round here. Not really much else they can do. These Glocks can be a real problem up close, so Big want to be very careful with how they approach this, but nice shot from Zantares. He's going for the Kuklis. He's going for the jumps. He certainly could hit one. There's 2 in the site right now, and oh, he's hit it! Yes! Woo! Let's go, Big. Spurs can put anything up on this T side.
It's not a good start. They lose Carrigan early, but Rops has opened up into B. Now that there could be a way back into this site, and they do follow up, actually. Woxic there dealing with Tabson, and Tares still a threat, still alive, not budging. Bear in mind that Chris J, and amongst all of this, was coming in on a lurk in through the catwalk. And while he does get some damage off, it's not enough to do anything in the grand scheme. Oh, a couple of shots. Not actually connecting for Searson, and now these players have gotten close. Frozen. Not going to last long, not going to fare well in the A-bomb site. Carrigan's mollied out as well. This utility's doing so much damage, and it was a 3-on-3. It was looking good, but Mousesports, it's all fallen apart here in round 18. They get 2-1.